Hello you two, it's Miss Addy. Our learning question for maths today asks us, can I identify lines of symmetry on 2D shapes? Our steps to success say, I can explain what a line of symmetry is, I can test whether a shape has lines of symmetry, and I can use the vocabulary symmetrical and asymmetrical. Our first star word for today is 2D shape. These are two-dimensional shapes, which we've been learning all about this week. We also have the phrase lines of symmetry, symmetrical and asymmetrical. We're going to explore all of these phrases a little bit later on. So what is a 2D shape? What can you remember about 2D shapes? 2D shapes are shapes that are two-dimensional. This means that they have length and width, or that they have height and width. This rectangle here has height and width. That means it has 2 dimensions. 2D shapes are flat because they don't have something called depth. A 3D shape has depth. That is why 3D shapes are 3-dimensional, because they have height and width and depth. But we're focusing on 2D shapes this week. Can you remember anything about 2D shapes and maybe their properties as well? 2D shapes have sides. 2D shapes have vertices. And we can think whether a 2D shape is a quadrilateral or not a quadrilateral. Remember, a quadrilateral is a shape with 4 sides. Let's play a quick 2D shape game to see if we can remember the names of different 2D shapes. I'm going to reveal a part of a 2D shape. Ooh, I wonder what 2D shape is hiding under the box. Have a look at the vertices, have a look at the sides. Are they straight? Are they curved? What shape do you think this is? Let's see if you're right. Well done if you got it right. It's a square. A square is a quadrilateral. It has 4 straight sides and 4 vertices, and all of its sides are the same length. Ooh, not a square this time, but very similar properties. What shape do you think this is? This shape is a rhombus. This shape is also a quadrilateral. I can see some vertices and I can see some sides. All of the sides are straight. What 2D shape do you think this is? It's a pentagon. Pentagons have 5 sides and 5 vertices. There is another 2D shape hiding under here. Let's reveal the squares one by one to see which shape is hiding underneath. Oh, I can see a side there. I wonder if that's straight or if that's curved. Have you worked it out yet? Which 2D shape is hiding? Well done, it's a circle. How many sides does a circle have? 1 curved side. How many vertices? 0 vertices. What about this shape? We can see that the sides are straight on this shape. Well done if you got it right. This shape is a hexagon. How many straight sides does it have? 6. How many vertices does it have? Also 6. So our learning question today said that we were going to explore lines of symmetry. Can you say symmetry? A 2D shape is symmetrical if a line can be drawn through it and either side is a reflection of the other. The line is called a line of symmetry. So all of these shapes here have a line of symmetry on them. and that means that they are symmetrical because each side is a reflection of the other. This is sometimes called a mirror line or mirror symmetry because if you put a mirror on the line, the reflection would show the whole shape. Just like this picture here with this child using a small mirror on a 2D shape. So we can use a small mirror to see whether there is one or more lines of symmetry, because sometimes there's one line, sometimes there are 2 or 3 or 4 lines of symmetry. If we're using a mirror, we need to make sure that we're putting the mirror on the line of symmetry, on the mirror line, which usually is in the middle. Now, if it's symmetrical, the mirror will show the same on the other side. If we don't have a mirror, what we can do is we can cut out a shape and fold it in half to see whether it has lines of symmetry. You can see here these children have cut out some 2D shapes. Their shapes have been accurately drawn and they're folding them in half to see if there's a line of symmetry. That means they're folding them and both sides will mirror each other. When we look for lines of symmetry, sometimes the lines of symmetry are vertical. That means they're going this direction. Some lines of symmetry are horizontal. That means the lines of symmetry will go this way. Sometimes lines of symmetry are diagonal, and that means they go this way, this direction. A shape that has one or more lines of symmetry is called symmetrical. Can you have a go at saying that word? Symmetrical. So this tree is symmetrical, and this tree is symmetrical because it has a line of symmetry going vertically down the middle. Both sides of that tree mirror each other. The same with this picture of a dog paw. It has a line of symmetry. This picture is symmetrical. A shape that has 0 lines of symmetry is called asymmetrical. Can you have a go at saying that word? Asymmetrical. So this tree is asymmetrical. It doesn't have a line of symmetry. The same with this picture of a dog paw. It does not have a line of symmetry. Both sides are not symmetrical. Here is a table. In the table we've got the word symmetric and asymmetric. So symmetrical and asymmetrical. Have a look at all of these pictures. Some of these are pictures and some of these are 2D shapes which we've been learning about. I wonder which of these shapes have a line of symmetry or more than one line of symmetry and belong in the symmetrical side of the grid. I wonder which of these shapes do not have any lines of symmetry and they are asymmetrical, which means they belong in the asymmetrical side of the grid. What I'd like you to do is pause the video and sort the pictures and shapes into the correct part of the table. Well done if you got it correct. We can see here, these pictures, these shapes are symmetrical. That means they have one or more lines of symmetry. Now their lines might be going vertically, or they might be going horizontally, or they could even be going diagonally. Now the asymmetric part of the table, not one of these pictures or shapes has any lines of symmetry. So if we were to put a mirror down the middle of these, it would not reflect a mirror line. We would not see any symmetry. Here is your task for today, Year 2. I'd like you to sort the shapes into the correct part of the table. So here, my table has 2 sections, 2 columns. One column says has one or more lines of symmetry. The other column says does not have any lines of symmetry. So have a look at each of these shapes, and what you need to do is decide, does each shape have a line of symmetry or more than one line of symmetry? Or does it not have any lines of symmetry? So which column does each shape belong in? And then you could challenge yourself. You could think of some other shapes that could belong in each column of the table. If you really wanted to, you could draw them and use a mirror to check if you're definitely right. Enjoy your task for today, Year 2. Goodbye.